everyone, Julia here from Little Shop of Nerds, and I am here with...
Mike, what's up?
Okay, so last week's hint was, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yes, today we're going to be talking about the 30s or 40s?
1939.
Gone with the Wind. Yes, before we say anything, I just have to say I like the movie, but it's too damn long, bro.
Yeah, they did, though, they have cut out, Noelle was here to see us today.
Did she squeak?
I don't know what she did. She sneezed or something. But Noelle's here, as you can see her here. Yes, this movie came out in 1939, and I cannot remember for the life of me if it came out in color or if it came out in black and white. I've always seen it in color, so I think it did come out in color when it was released. And I mean, back in the 30s when color movies were coming out, everything's just... What's wrong, Mike? Oh, you listen to her purr? Yeah. So apparently he likes listening to Noelle purr.
I like listening to a cat purr anyway.
So, yes, this movie came out in 1939 in color. So the movie, in the middle of the movie, they did, because I have the VHS. That's how old I am. I have the VHS version of this movie. And right smack dab in the middle before you switch video, you switch videos. It came on 2. Before you switch videos, there is a intermission. So they did take out the intermission, where it was just basically music. But this movie clocked in at, on the streaming service, it's 3 hours and 46 minutes. In the VHS version, it was 3 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Okay, before we want to say anything, yes, this movie takes place during the Civil War. We study the Civil War in pretty much middle school through high school. We know what it's about. We get it. The crappy part of the nation history of slavery. We know. And does this film need to be canceled? Not.
I would say no. Just because, I mean, this was written, as the backdrop of the Civil War. I mean, canceling stuff like that is just essentially, I feel like, it's just erasing history.
Yeah, but when you before you watch the movie on Max, like we did, they had a woman who was African American, was talking about it, and she said she liked it or something. And
yeah, I mean, it is a classic. I mean, because if you go through and if you cancel a movie like this, then you're gonna have to go through and cancel every single movie like that. And I don't feel like that, video or movies like that should be canceled, because they've started to cancel Lauren Goes Wilder because of the way that she talks about Native Americans or indigenous people in her books. But I mean, that's just a time that...
Hell, there was
what
was it? I heard there was a rumor someone was trying to cancel Tanjiro because of his earrings.
I didn't hear about that.
I think it was a rumor, or I think it was on Watch Mojo, but I could be wrong. But yeah, because of how Tanjiro earrings look like the Empire.
Oh, it's the Hanafuda earrings is what they are.
Yeah, and they used that flag during World War II, and you get the point.
Yeah. So, I think what we're trying to say is that there are going to be movies out there that aren't particularly thoughtful, I guess. But this was also a product of its time, which was the 1930s.
Yep.
And it was based off of a book that did come out, I do believe, in the... either late 1800s or early 1900s. Um, and the book, I did look up to see if I could listen to the book, and it would be 49 hours long. Because this book is, which might explain why the movie is 4 hours long or close to 4 hours long. Because the book is really, really big. Because I've tried to read it before and just couldn't get through it before my time was up. But they did leave some things out of the book that, or out of the movie that I am aware of that happened in the book. So I will bring those up as we go through.
All right.
But this is a classic.
Yep, and it starts Clark Gable.
Clark Gable is hot. Okay.
If you had a time machine.
Yeah. He died in 1960. So, his son, or no, not his son, sorry. His grandson was actually one of the hosts of the show Cheaters. And then he passed away in 2019 due to a drug overdose.
Wait, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Clark Gable's grandson.
Oh, okay, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, either
No,
way.
because they had another guy named Joey Greco. He was, I can't remember what years it said that he hosted it, but he did host Cheaters for a while.
Yep.
But then he passed away in 2019 due to a drug overdose.
Alright, let's get started.
Yeah.
Alright, it pretty much starts, how can I say this, on a plantation.
No need to mince words, Mike. We're all aware of what's going on.
Yeah, but some of these people out there don't like it.
I know. But yes, a lot of this is going to take place on plantations.
Yes, we gotta be adults about this. Hell, if you're going to study World War II, just say Nazi or Hitler. Come on, don't say, the people who we shall not be named. What is this, fucking Harry Potter?
Yeah. So, anyways, like Mike says, it starts off on a plantation, and you see Scarlett and these two guys who are trying to court her. So, Scarlett...
Oh, I heard that one of those two guys was George Reeves. The guy who played Superman in the 1950s.
Oh.
Yeah. I forget which one. They both look the same.
Yeah, I know. So, these two guys, they're trying to court Scarlett, because apparently Scarlett is very pretty. And, Vivian Leigh, who they did get to portray Scarlett, she is a very pretty woman. And she did very, very well at portraying Scarlett. Nowadays, it would just be like, you would probably say that she flirted a lot. She didn't sleep with anybody, she just flirted a lot.
Pretty much.
So...
Pretty much, it's like, what was it, like I said, just going through her life through the house. Her dad, I think is a plantation owner, Irish, and looks way too old for the movie.
Yeah, and then her mother, I think, is some sort of doctor, because Mammy, who...
Midwife.
Midwife. Well, no, because she also went and took care of... They said medicine chest.
Well...
So she's probably like... probably like a... Probably what we would call maybe like a nurse nowadays.
Who knows? Could be nurse, could be midwife, could be anything.
Yeah, so because her mom goes over to so there's this big African American woman, and her name is Mammy, and she is like the house servant is what they called her. But she was the one that raised Scarlett and her sisters, because she does have two other sisters, one named Sue Ellen and the other one Kareen, I think.
Two spoiled brats.
Yeah, and Scarlett was spoiled too. But Mammy said that Ellen, which is her mother, was over at the poor white trash's house helping her deliver a baby. And turns out that the father of that child, is their overseer. and he had to get fired because they don't say what had happened, but I think it might have had something to do with having a baby out of wedlock.
Yes, during the time. Okay, let's just say during that time through the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, something like that.
Having a kid out of wedlock was bad. 70s was not too lenient. 80s were like, not. It's like we understand, but we don't condone it. 90s like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because my mom was a single mom, and she raised me. And I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, and mom raised me, but she became a single mom like in 86, like 2 months after I was born.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and besides that, what was it? They go to a party because there's a man that Scarlett likes called
No. She loves him.
Yeah, loves him. Yeah, until you wait till the end of the movie.
His name is Ashley Wilkes. So, Mike, there were some names that...
I get it like it was Ash, middle name Lee.
No, it was Ashley. Like, it's spelled... I mean, come on, there are men that are named Kelly.
Yeah, but that's different.
How's that that's not different. Ashley is normally a feminine name, but back in the day like that, they didn't really, names that would be considered inherently feminine would be used for males.
Well, I heard John Name's real name was Marion.
Yeah, so my dad's middle name is Leslie. So, I mean, my dad was born in like the 60s or something like that.
Well, either way, it's like I said, they're a big barbecue pretty much, and they even said barbecue.
Scarlett flirts with everyone.
Yep.
All the men. Pisses off a lot of the girls there.
Yeah, and what was it? It pretty much trying to get close to Ashley has his new fiance,
which is his cousin.
Right.
They do talk about how their cousins marry each other.
Yeah, okay. Sweet old Alabama shit, man.
Well, I mean, it is the South.
I know.
Expect?
But besides,
Georgia, I think, is where this is set in.
Georgia, pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, they're just doing what they're doing. Then, cut to everyone, like all the women are taking naps, and
she says she didn't want to take a nap, and I'm sitting here like, why can't I take naps like that? Like, I gotta get up and go to work in the morning.
Hell.
When I could have just taken off my clothes and just laid down in a bed and just slept all the time.
Thank you. At least someone agrees.
I mean, I would have been okay with that.
I think, what was it? I saw a video, was it someone asked, like, okay, when we have a day off, what would we do? We sleep all day, move a little, show people we're still alive. He's like, no. I'm like, what's wrong with that?
That's what I do.
What's wrong with that? Like, we get up early in the morning. I want to sleep.
Yeah, I will literally, like, spend Saturdays mostly sleeping.
Right, but besides that, like I was saying, she gets up later. All the men are talking about how they're going to go to war, how they don't want to talk about the Yankees. And before you say it's the South, they don't like Northerners. Trust me, I went to a college. I had a guy from Mississippi ask me, he's like, who really won the Civil War? And I'm like, the North. Oh, that's what they want you to think. I'm like, if it wasn't a Christian college, I'm like, bitch, please, we kicked your ass.
Yeah, so, she goes down because she's going to tell Ashley that she loves him. And she does tell him. And when she, like, goes to get him, he's like, Scarlett, why aren't you upstairs resting with the rest of the women? And I'm like, I'd like to be upstairs resting with the rest of the women. But, so she tells him that she loves him. He basically turns her down. She smacks him. And then Rhett Butler, who is their friend from Charleston, is there. And he heard that, or he saw what happened. And
Butler's played
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
Yep. So
and before we get more into it, Butler is more of a, how can I say this, a war profiteer mostly, I think.
I'm not sure.
I think he sounds like because he said he sells people stuff. I think, and
Well, I mean, he also fights in the war. That's not until like a little bit later. But after she had told, um, you know, Ashley that she loved him, and he turned her down. The war breaks out, and everybody is like rushing around trying to get ready, and then so Ashley's fiance, which is his cousin Melanie, her brother is also there. Her brother is supposed to be marrying Ashley's sister India, but instead Charles, which is Melanie's brother, asks Scarlett to marry him. And he's like, well, will you wait for me? And she's like, no, let's do it before you leave. He's like, oh, okay. So they get married before he leaves. Now, in the book, Scarlett is 16 years old, and she gets pregnant by Charles. They did not put this in the movie. She does have a son by him named Wade. Okay, so that's out there. She does have for some reason they just never mentioned him in the book. Or in the movie. So by the time that the book ends, Wade is 12 years old. So this movie takes place over a 12-year period.
mm-hmm.
So Ashley and Melanie get married, and then Charles dies in battle. Or no, he died from an illness, and it was from what the book said. He died from an illness.
And yeah, and pretty much everyone's doing what they're doing to put profit towards the war. Everything. What was it? Scarlett and Ashley's wife goes to be nurses to help out, and Scarlett doesn't like the seeing the dark side of war, which yeah, like we even had to hear a guy saying he was going to get his leg chopped off. Didn't show it, by the way, because this is 1930s, by the way.
Yeah. Scarlett was supposed to go in and help, and she decided that she wasn't going to. Now, Melanie is pregnant at this time. Ashley's husband, or Ashley's wife, is pregnant at this time. In the book, this is actually when Scarlett is giving birth to Wade, and not Melanie giving birth to Beau. But she gives birth. Melanie does. She's very sick, weak, and Scarlett manages to get Rhett to help her, and and Prissy, which is one of the African American servants that she took with her. They are going back to Tara, and this is the point where Rhett Butler confessed his love to Scarlett, because he said that we're both. He says they're the same. Her and him are the same. And that he likes the spirit that she has for life.
Yeah, but I don't think she says she felt the same way. But
yeah, she says that she doesn't love him because at this point she's still pining after Ashley. She does pine for Ashley throughout most of this movie.
Pretty much being a simp. Like they got him out of danger pretty much, and they went their separate ways.
Yeah, he went to go join the war, and he told her to continue on to Tara. They come upon the Wilkes plantation. It's completely destroyed, but Tara is still standing.
Yep.
And her mom had passed away. Like the day before Scarlett showed up. Taking care of the poor white trash, by the way.
Yeah, and like I said, the father is losing his marbles, and pretty much after all the, how can I say this, the humanity of war, they tried to restore Tara again, and not doing so well, and I guess they owe taxes, and
yeah, there was a what they call a Yankee, a deserter, had shown up at their place in Scarlet ended up shooting him and killing him. And then they, of course, raided his pockets, because that's what you do. You loot a dead body. And
Yep.
they found money and stuff like that. And it's just kind of crazy that, that Scarlet, Scarlet had to, because Scarlet's like the head of the family now.
So they're trying everything to fix it, and
they're planting cotton, all that.
And what was it? I think a Union soldier came up, tried to steal stuff, and
that's what I was just talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
But it was like I said, they did everything, and now they're trying to figure out how to get money, and
yeah, because they said that the taxes on Terra was going to be $300.
And to us, like today, it's not much, but back then,
if you ingest $300 for inflation, that's a lot of money. Like, I think it was $11,000 adjusted for inflation for 2024, is what I saw earlier when I was trying to look it up, because this is when the rise of the carpetbaggers comes up. Now, I don't know if any of you remember learning about the carpetbaggers in school. I vaguely remember learning about them.
But should we tell our audience what it means?
Yeah, let me look it up real
before we get canceled.
Carpetbaggers really isn't a bad term, because, it's still used today. So carpetbagger it is derogatory and it's informal. But it says here, so this is the derogatory informal one. A political candidate who seeks election in an area where they have no local connections. So that's what carpetbagger means today. So say, I'm trying to run for, governor of, Alaska, but I've never been to Alaska before, and I'm trying to run as governor. I would be considered a carpetbagger. But this is the historical one, and this is where they talk about it in the movie. In the U.S., a person from the northern states who went to the South after the Civil War to profit from the Reconstruction. So basically, after the war ended, people from the North were trying to go down to the South to make a profit off of the people who lived there. And that's what carpetbagger means.
Yes, and it was a Scarlet Ghost found one of the people she knew had a general store in the town.
Well, no, what it was so the war had ended. All the Confederate soldiers were coming to Terra. They were helping take care of them and everything like that. One of the men happened to be her sister Sue Ellen's boyfriend, or beau, longtime beau. He wanted to marry Sue Ellen. Scarlet was okay with it. Then they found out that they had to owe $300 in taxes, and they were trying to figure out how to get the money. Scarlet goes to Rhett to try to get the money from Rhett, but she couldn't because he didn't have access to his funds. So then she goes to the general store, which was her sister Sue Ellen's boyfriend.
Yeah, and he's not making much out of the store, but he's also had a side business of lumbering.
Yes.
And they went to, I guess
they used prisoners in the lumber mill.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But either way, what was it?
Yeah, she lied and said that Sue Ellen didn't want to marry him anymore, but she would marry him.
And they went to business with lumber and.
Yeah. Now, Scarlet turned everything around. She just married him to get the money to save Terra, because she wasn't about to let Terra go. Because the carpetbagger, which was the guy that got the poor white trash girl pregnant, he was the one that wanted to buy up Terra and live in Terra. And she wasn't about to let him have it.
And after that,
she gets, I guess, physically assaulted
by someone, and by someone.
Yeah, because she was going to the lumber mill, and she had to pass through this thing called like the shanty town.
Yeah.
And she got physically assaulted.
And one of her workers saved her.
Yeah, one of the guys that used to work on Tara, saved her. And then so his name was Frank. And she also had a son or a daughter by Frank. So here's another child that she had that was not mentioned in the movie, but was mentioned in the book. So we are now up to 2 children that she's had that are nowhere in the movie. But the thing is, I guess, so Frank gives money to Sam. I think they called him Big Sam. They gave him money, and told him to go to Tara. So he does, and then Frank and a lot of the other men decide that they were going to go clear out the shanty town, and it was Ashley, Dr. Mead, and Frank, and Frank ended up getting killed. Ashley ended up getting injured. They were going to arrest Ashley, but they did not.
Yeah, they pretend they were drunk.
Yeah, they pretend they were drunk.
And at a woman's house.
Yeah. So then, she ends up marrying Rhett Butler.
Yeah, and
for his money, basically.
And pretty much, it's just going back and forth. They like Red showing how much he loves her. Scarlett's just being a spoiled brat. Yeah. And
then she has a child named, they named her Bonnie Blue. And Scarlett, so Bonnie Blue is, now Rhett actually did help take care of Wade and Ella, after they had gotten married. But they both definitely favored Bonnie. And they started having issues because obviously Scarlett is not over Ashley. They did catch them kissing one day. Rhett caught them kissing. Then they did try to reconcile their relationship. After Rhett took off to London with Bonnie. So they did try to reconcile their relationship. Then Bonnie dies. She tried to jump and she couldn't jump. Her pony stopped and she flew over the head of the pony and died. Basically, how we forgot to mention that Scarlett's father did die.
Yeah.
He died in a similar fashion. He was also almost 30 years older than Scarlett's mom. Just saying. That's a little weird.
But like I say, after Bonnie Blue dies, then Ashley's wife helps Red out, and they're going to bury their daughter. Then she dies.
Yeah, there was a scene though. I think it was. I can't remember what scene it was, but he did. I think it's when he said that he was leaving. Before the end of the movie, I think it was before Bonnie died. He scooped her up in his arms and took her up to bed, and she got pregnant that night. And then there was a scene where they got into an argument, and she fell down the stairs. And she lost the child.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's a trigger for anybody.
But besides that, yes. Then we got to the part where Ashley's wives die and everyone's joining in. Scarlett talks to her for the last moment, and
yeah, she told her to take care of Ashley and Beau, which is her son, and to be kind to Captain Butler. And so she goes out to, after she's done talking to Melanie, She goes out. She hugs Ashley. Rhett leaves and goes home to wait for her. And this is about the time where she realizes that she's in love with Rhett. But it is too late. And so they have this very emotional scene where she's trying to tell him, hey, I love you. I don't want you to go. Let's work on this. And he, Rhett's determined to divorce her. And then she asks him, well, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. And he goes, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Which is where our hint came from.
And that was the first swear word in movie history.
Was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just guessing.
Making a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so she goes, so then she went back to Tara, which you can definitely tell that she was definitely standing in front of like a painting, of Tara, which, I mean, and then that's how it ends. So there's like no reconciliation between the two of them. They didn't necessarily divorce either. But it just, because I was talking to my grandma about this when my grandma was still coherent. And she said that she thinks they may have been able to reconcile had they gotten Rhett when she was calling for him after she had her fall. Because she was calling for him, because Rhett had said something about, well, why didn't you call for me? She's like, I did, but you never came. They never went and got him. And I think that they probably would have been able to reconcile had they brought him to her. And basically that's how it ends. I highly suggest, if you can stand it, I highly suggest the book. I'm going to listen to the audiobook once I'm done listening to the other books that I have. 49 hours of this book. So it's a big book.
Mm-hmm.
They did come out with a sequel. It wasn't written by Margaret Mitchell, who wrote Gone with the Wind. It was written by somebody else, and it was called Scarlet. The miniseries sucked ass. The book really wasn't that bad, but it definitely also was not good. I don't think the estate of Margaret Mitchell liked it. And that came out in the 90s, I think. And the miniseries featured that dad from Seventh Heaven, the one that's
the Predator.
Yeah, if he was Ashley Wilkes in the miniseries. So I remember that because I watched it at the height of like Seventh Heaven, and I liked him at the time, but now I don't like him because he's a fucking predator and he's gross and he needs to go away.
Oh yeah, they had like a episode on Hollywood Demons about him.
Yeah. So that is Gone with the Wind. I highly suggest watching it. It is long, but it is quite enjoyable. I've seen it many times, so I did get bored and I was looking at my phone a few times, but it's not a bad film at all. It's actually really good.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah. So anyways, that's it for Gone with the Wind. So you want me to go ahead and give next week's hint?
Medicine,
yes. So I'm excited to talk about this one because we're going back to anime.
Alright. Like and subscribe down in the comments. And
we're almost to 80 subscribers. So if y'all can help us out with that, it'll be great, So.
Yep. Alright.
Okay, well we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.